Welcome to lesson 5 of univariate data or statistics, and in this lesson we cover the 5-number summary. As we saw in the last lesson, this is divided into two parts: part A with theory with worked examples, and then part B where we have the student questions with their answers following. So let's start off. The definition of a 5-number summary is a set of descriptive statistics that provides information about a data set. And interestingly, we have seen a number of these already, but the 5-number summary definition brings them all together. And so they include, as we can see here at the bottom of the slide, minimum value, first quartile, Q1, median, the Q2, the third quartile, Q3, and the maximum value. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the first of two examples. So the first one on this slide, let's have a look. We've got we've been asked to find the 5-number summary of these 7 pieces of data in this data set: 5, 7, 12, 14, 17, 20, and 21. Now, I'm just going to lay them all out here. The minimum value is 5, we can see there. The maximum value is 21. The middle value, or the median, the Q2 value, is the value right in the middle there, which out of 7 pieces of data is the 4th value, which is 14. Then we look at the bottom half of data, which contains 5, 7, and 12, and we see the middle value of that is the second value along, which has a value of 7 for Q1. And then in the top half, we've got the 3 numbers of 17, 20, 21. So the middle number in that top half is 20, so the third quartile equals 20. So just in a graphical sense, for this particular set of data, we can lay out something a bit like this. And this is called a box and whisker plot, where we have a whisker running off down there on the left to the minimum, and on the right, a whisker running up to the maximum point. And that we call the box in the middle shows us the center line of the median. On the left-hand side of the box, or the left-hand end, is the first quartile, and at the other end, the right-hand end, represents the third quartile. So let's have a look at this second and final example of finding a 5-number summary for a data set as listed here, starting at 1 and going through to a maximum of 20. There are 12 values in this data set. We can see that it has a minimum value, as I mentioned, of 1 and a maximum value of 20. So the next thing to find is what is the median, or the Q2 value. So in the bottom red rectangle, I've listed there the median. There are 12 values in this data set. So according to our formula n plus 1 on 2, where n equals 12, the middle value is 6.5. Now that comes from n being 12, so we've got 12 plus 1 makes 13, divided by 2. 13 on 2 is 6.5. Or in other words, it's the average between the 6th and 7th value. We see the 6th value is 5, the 7th value is 11, hence the average of those two is at 8. So our median is 8. Okay, so now we're on to the first quartile. So we look at that left-hand red box, and we can see that we've broken off the bottom set of data, the bottom half of data, if you like, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a total of 6 pieces of data in that bottom half. The middle value is between the 3rd and the 4th. So our third value there is 2, our 4th value is 3. That means the average, or the middle value, is between those two, between 2 and 3, which is 2. Q2 is 2.5. So, and then third quartile, we do a similar thing. We take the top 6 pieces of data. The middle value is between the 9th and the 10th value. The 9th value is 12, the 10th value is 14. So the average, or the middle value, between those two, between 12 and 14, is 13, or Q3 equals 14. So we've found the 5 pieces of data, for the 5-number summary. This brings us to part B, which contains the student questions and their answers. So please proceed now to undertake these questions, and after you've done that, move on to the next slide where you can check your answers.